to offer. Heard a lot about it, Tim. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out, man. Well, we're going to explore it together because this is one of the maps I actually played the least on. For some reason, it just wasn't the most appealing to me in terms of wanting to play really quickly. But again, it's got some nice features. A very nice little ramp down here in the natural. And then looking into it, you got a couple of entrances into your third, which is right here. You have your main entrance on the side right, and then you have a couple of them here. As you have this huge ramp available, and you have this one as well to come in through this route, or of course you have the rocks as well that you can come around as well. So a lot of interesting, I guess, entrances into your map. So you could potentially wall off on this side, and then just use this ramp to your advantage to defend against, and watch out for these rocks. Of course, there is the other option as well of trying to wall off this, but it's a huge ramp, so it's kind of hard to wall off that area.
It's a very open map, which scares me a little because we've seen Zergs having such dominance lately.
Yeah.
And openness, of course, does cater to surrounds and lots and lots of units, which is what the Zerg is more known for. Protoss, on the other hand, really like chokes, especially against Terran and Protoss, or Terran and Zerg. Against Protoss, they don't really care because, well, there's chokes against both players. But in this situation, I don't know, man. This looks like a pretty good map for jookto to maybe go Mutalisk on. I feel like if it were my first time playing on this map, I'd immediately be saying to myself, Mutaling all the way.
Yeah. With that open statement, there are these rocks essentially in the middle of the map that you can kind of hug up into, and then you, jump to the other safe zone and kind of use force fields to kind of block and allow some units to come in. You can't do a full block off, though. I think you're completely right on that point, or you're going to lose a lot of energy very, very quickly. We'll see how the engagements go. Again, this is one of the maps I didn't play too many actual playthroughs on. So look at that. We're going to have a force right on the way. The wall off is a little bit on the easier side.
Small, yeah.
Yeah, very easy here. And this was actually the map that Theory chose, so potentially he has something on it.
All right, well, looks like he's going to be going for a Nexus first. He's got 500 minerals.
Oh, that's why.
That is why.
We're too busy looking at the map. We're missing...
well, I'm looking at the mini-map. I'm like, where's their purple? Because this looks like a cannon rush if you're sitting with that much money.
So, it looks like Theory finds a point where he can get a nice cannon rush off. This pylon does finish up and get a photon cannon up here as well. It's actually a lot of damage
Deny
there.
that,
You really...
well, yeah.
it makes your opponent put an overlord above their natural right away. And that would explain why he chose this map here. So...
No, I'll probably let that cannon finish. I would be surprised... actually... I mean, that can be killed very easily from the high ground with a queen, so...
What if you get a cannon on the...
yeah, I'm pretty surprised that he opted to let both those cannons finish.
Lanes will be popping out right away.
I don't think they're going to get hit. They can actually make their way down... That probe is dead. They can make their way down the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Without getting hit by that cannon, actually.
Yeah, they can scurry on by, so...
Sometimes we do see players, put a cannon out there to actually hit the ramp, and it's very, very irritating, but...
Yeah, in control, you used to put one right here. It would block a hatchery, and then it would still allow you to...
Yep.
Get
You do it on daybreak.
And now the queen comes to deal with this, so we'll see how jookto pops out of here. That's the other good advantage if you don't get a cannon up here. Again, the queen is able to wilt away on these. He's actually bringing another probe already to put a pylon up. He really wants to keep his photon cannons here.
But his probe died. This is actually... you yell at players who play League of Legends for this. When an opportunity has been missed, you just let it go. I think if he tries to force this pylon... Well, now he's missing some mining time, having send this probe out. The pylon's going to go down before the other pylon finishes, so the Zerglings will just be able to come down and kill this pylon. It's not going to happen. He's not getting this pylon down.
Well, he's going to want to start getting rid of this, and the problem is that jookto's actually falling up to a lot of roach aggression as well. He's spending so much time, as you mentioned, trying to get this natural kept away from his opponent. And look at this, the roaches are going to scurry on by. Yeah, let's see if they actually see these roaches. They do barely just see the roaches popping on by. Will jookto have to deal with any cannons? There is a second one on the way and a third being created. So Theory is actually pretty well prepared for this.
Yep, I agree.
The expansion will get up here for jookto, but we're going to have jookto a little bit on the behind side for a while, as we did have a Nexus follow-up straight up for Theory.
Only 30 supply, though, for Theory. He's very, very short on minerals. He's working on a sentry right now to help. The cannons aren't done yet, but we'll be completing here in just a moment. That Zealot, he wants to prevent taking any damage on that Zealot, if at all possible.
These roaches won't be doing anything. Yep, and they are forced to retreat. Grab the Zanaga. Would like to see expansion really quick here from jookto. So, even though there was a position there for Theory to exploit a photon cannon rush, the queen up here on the high ground really helped out so much.
Is just suicidal.
Yeah, he just chilling.
All right, survived barely.
He wants to.
I like that he's sending the roaches back in. I feel like there's going to be a gap somewhere where he can hit a pylon, hit a forge, hit something.
I think if he gets a roach here, barely get the gateway, but
maybe
one
just
or
one.
two.
But like, there's no stalker. He can at least force a stalker out of Theory by doing that. Which obviously Theory doesn't want to make right now. He's making sentries. A robo, +1 on the way, and 3 gases. This could be an Immortal Sentry all in out of our purple Protoss.
Well, behind this, we have jookto already finishing up Lair, moving into roach speed right away. Double gas has been queued up, and he hasn't moved into a third base yet. Actually going for an evolution chamber here right away, so wants to grab that +1 as soon as possible. But again, a third base is going to be needed very soon. With that +1 coming out, Theory's going to get significantly stronger. He's had that second base for a long time. He's
chronoing out Immortals as well. This is looking more and more like it could be an Immortal Sentry, though he has thrown down a 4th assimilator pretty quick. And with his probe count sitting so low, he's only at 39. This actually probably isn't. It's too fast. Yeah, there we go. The Twilight Council's going to follow it up. Ideally, guys, you want to have the money to drop down those gateways so you can start pumping out additional units and sentries and things like that. So the 4th assimilator does lend itself a little bit more towards an expansion if you're a Zerg player trying to learn how to read your Protoss opponent a little bit better.
Well, did have a full scout off happening there for jookto. Got an idea of what exactly his opponent was going for. He did not see the Twilight Council, something to mention as well. So he could read it as a late follow-up.
Did he see the other assimilator?
No, he did not.
Okay.
He only saw 3. So
yeah, he definitely could still read this as an Immortal Sentry. It's really the only tell that it's not is that 4th gas or the Twilight. So
War Prism is on the way here, but they're going to go ahead and move on in. And oh, snap, there's an Immortal.
Yep.
Pulls back really quickly. That's really fearful. Moving in with a lot of roaches. Finally falling up into a third here. And the question is, where does the expansion go? You go up here, you're a little bit too close to your opponent, and you go all the way down here, you're really far extended, and you got to break down these rocks as well. Again, this map really forces you to stay on 3 bases and extend when you move to a 4th.
Yeah, this is a little bit difficult to secure the correct 4th base here. Theory is getting Blink and more Immortals, 3 gateways +2. This still could be a 2-base timing attack. Just much more Stalker focused, especially with this Warp Prism, which will be scouted, by the way. Nice job there, jookto.
Well, the Warp Prism does come straight into the 3rd right away, and jookto will pull immediately. A lot of missed mining time here.
That Warp Prism already paid for itself. I'd just load up and go home.
Yeah. This can go ahead and pop out, and he will be forced to retreat here. Actually, he's going to go straight into the main gateway for a drop, and at the same time, all these roaches are forced to pull back as well. So this one Warp Prism, as you mentioned, does pay for itself. Needs to get it away, though. Not worth it. If you lose it,
that's a dead Warp Prism. It's not dead. How did it get away?
Pro, man. Tongue Claw is now on the way here for jookto, moving up into very roach-heavy pressure. It's something that you kind of have to do as a Zerg. If you're on 3 bases, you want to have a lot of roaches on the field. Just to make sure you can move to a 4th whenever you want to get to that point.
Yeah.
Once you get that creep spread moving, though, he's not really moving it as far as he can. I mean, I don't think it's really that complicated to move it.
That's because creep doesn't move. It spreads.
That's correct, man. Why you gotta pick on my lingo? War Prism is here once again down here in the bottom right corner, and it is... Oh, shit, I hit the wrong button. Oh, snap, I hit the wrong button. So let's go to Warp in. I am not good at observing roaches. Jump in right away. Chat's going to blow up on that one.
I don't know that it's the opposite, Tim. There's an engagement in the middle right now. A bunch of roaches died. You know, we're all right. Not too many resources lost for these players right now, though. In all reality, he only killed 9 units.
Oh, free sentry.
Sentry!
Boom.
No!
Dunsies. Gonna charge right on in. Burrowing underneath the force field. Nice use here, though, of using that burrow to your advantage. Yep. There is no observer with this army, so really Theory can exploit that.
Yep. Rocks.
Oh, he was gonna go for a counterattack. I didn't realize there was rocks there. You see that?
Really getting jookto's plans.
Another Immortal!
Get it! Jookto.
Oh, man.
Free Immortal. Not free anymore. Opportunity missed. Go home.
Oh, roaches will be pulling back straight to the natural.
Yeah.
And behind this, we have a 3rd base on the way for Theory. And Theory's going to go ahead and use this area to be the point where he moves to
I like that decision quite a bit.
I do too. Oh, well, these sentries are all by themselves. What is Theory doing here? Gonna have to use a lot of force fields there for only 3 roaches there?
Yeah, I think he was hoping to bait a couple more, but in all reality, if he had baited more, the sentries would all be dead right now instead of lightly wounded. Flesh wounds on sentries aren't nearly as bad as dead sentries.
Only losing 1 roach at a time for 4 to 5 force fields. He's really being excessive with these force fields. What?
The roach guts, man, they're just so clean and red. I would expect them to be a lot more like
green.
Clumpy.
Finally, an Observer gets in the mix here, so now that Roach Burrow won't be useful for jookto anymore. He's going to go ahead and start microing back here, but again, there's a lot of damage. Oh, nice force field on the side here. Wow, this is actually a really good point to engage for the Protoss. Nice positioning there for
This
Theory.
is a cool ledge.
That is a cool ledge. I like this ledge.
I love this ledge.
Ledge is
Do not enter. Exactly.
That even says it. Look at the map maker. So
It
smart.
tried to warn jookto.
Roaches will charging forward right away. Sentries are taking a lot of damage, but the Immortals are dishing out more damage.
Yep.
And it looks like Theory's got a very strong position here, heading straight to his opponent's natural here. Does he want to get up that ramp?
Now, jookto has done a fantastic job baiting out all the sentry energy, though. There's none left. It is now just Blink, Stalker, Immortal. And we often do not see Blink here. Is Theory using it to its full potential?
Not really. Again, he's got just a really powerful army, though, so he just wants to just kind of kill everything. And he's doing so finally now, blinking forward, catching off a couple more roaches as well. Jookto, though, on 3 base economy, is keeping up nicely with the roaches count, starting to move into lings as well, because there really aren't that many zealots in the mix. There's a couple of them, but could be useful for Theory to have more. But Theory's got this third, and he's been probing up 3 probes at a time behind all of this as well, and it's really helping him
Actually, that's super impressive. He's got a 4th Immortal on the way as well. This can't be engaged into. We learned that lesson earlier. Sentries have energy again, and these are going to be some caught units, actually, because, yeah, Blink is going to make a huge difference. That was really nice pickup there on that Immortal.
That was really nice. And the Roach is going to go for a counterattack. Okay, get away from my base, please, so I get some more reinforcements here. But already we got Zealots warped in at the 3rd. For Theory, he's ready for this. Going to go ahead and drop that Immortal as well and help out with the damage. Stalker's blinking forward right away. Roaches will get a couple of shots off as well. And he's going to go ahead and come around, though.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, look at all the movement around. The flow is really nice in these bases. I suddenly have been liking this map.
I am really enjoying this gameplay on DF Atlas. Yeah. This is made for extremely dynamic engagements overall. I mean, we've seen quite a few. That hit and run was another great example. We've seen the top of that ledge. So huge props to this map right now. But jookto is up in supply. He's got quite a few roaches. But Theory has got 4 Immortals and more sentries, stalkers, an observer, a warp prism that's allowing him to micro. His position here is definitely not bad at all. He's got his 3rd base. But jookto has done a great job holding this attack off for quite an amount of time.
Certainly has. And again, using that the rehabilitation, the health regeneration on those roaches to help them out so much as well. He's not using the bro to get away from force fields only. It's also to get more health.
This is actually something that I haven't seen, as silly as it is, I haven't seen players trying to use tunneling claws to combat Immortal Sentry all-ins.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know why. I haven't seen it.
Especially with Heart of the Swarm and Burrow Tech beyond Hatchery, it could be something we use to do more often. But an engagement happened once again. Roaches get segue off, but there's a flank happening here as well. Can Theory be held? The Roaches are coming underneath. The Immortals are in trouble. jookto going straight for it. Is there enough here for Theory? 1 Immortal is dealing with the Roaches over here. 2 are dealing with the Roaches over here. Stalker's getting a nice concave, but it looks like just barely Theory will have enough as more Zealots are being warped in.
Only 1 Immortal left, though, is very important to mention here. As additional Roaches come in, though, jookto is going to throw down the GG and not be able to take that set, man. That was crazy, though.
Yeah.
We saw some excellent play there.
I really like
Atlas.
the flow, of moving between your natural and your 3rd. And then, again, the roach attacking the 3rd and then coming around outside the natural. Just smart play there. Nice usage. He also had a reinforcement route as well. So if Theory were to try and come section off that, he would get killed off by the reinforcements coming too. Flow on that map seems really nice. What do you guys think? Let us know, of course, in the chat. Let us know on our Twitters, twitter.com/IPLRobin. We have Gibbles over here. And vote for the map.
I actually want to highlight that engagement. So what happened was Theory found this cool safe zone while he was being aggressive with his Immortal Sentry. If things ever looked dangerous for a minute, he could always fall back to the do not enter ramp.
Yeah.
And he would stand up there, and suddenly he's perfectly safe. There's no way jookto can engage. So jookto realized the second time he went up there, he went, okay, I'm just going to run by you this time. So he ran by the force as well. Now, okay, of course, Theory has to chase after him. So Theory chased after him. jookto was able to continue doing damage while running through the 3rd, up through the natural, and back out. And it was just really cool how this safe zone that Theory was abusing actually came to kind of bite him in the ass a little as he was able to be counterattacked because he was using that as his bastion in the middle of the map.
Yeah, definitely. Well played by both players. Go ahead and go vote for that map on sc2melee.net. DF Atlas will be that map. Guys, we're going to go ahead and get ready for the next match. Just going to go ahead and allow jookto to pick what map he would like out of the 7 that we have here. We'll be back after a 2-minute commercial break.